Welcome back to Mac Talks of Football and two massive breaking news right now in the world of football in the English Premier League involving four London clubs. So let's get right into it. The first one, Arsenal have officially bid for Noni Madueke. They have submitted a £50 million bid for the Chelsea winger. And the news is that Chelsea have rejected that bid. According to Chelsea, there have been other players. Specifically, they have mentioned Elanga, that he has went on, with more than £50 million, and according to them, Madueke is worth more than £50 million, and they have asked Arsenal to come back with a better bid if they want to sign the winger. And as an Arsenal fan, I have been saying this consistently. I don't understand this deal, to be very honest with you. I have no idea what the thought process behind this deal is. He's never been a player that I have been excited about. I mean, I've thought as a threat. Playing for Chelsea, you would think that a player as an opposition fan, you sometimes think a player as a threat, but I've never felt that about Madueke. I don't think he's a good player. Sorry, I don't think he sort of makes our squad better. He makes our first team better. I don't think he's gonna come in and replace Saka. He likes to play on that right hand side. And I don't think he's gonna bench Saka, so I don't really understand the logic. I sort of, if you are gonna spend he's gonna be a squad player, he's gonna be a good backup for Saka, but 50 million that has been rejected. It means they're going to go ahead and they're going to bid more for it. So this could turn out to be a 60 million backup player. Noni Madueke going for 60 million, and Arsenal are going to pay it. I just don't get this deal. I'll be very honest with you. I don't get it from Arsenal's perspective, and I don't get it from Madueke's perspective as well. I mean, you are basically going to leave Chelsea where there's going to be a big competition for places, and then you're going to come at Arsenal and you are happy to sit on the bench. I mean, this is a World Cup year. This is why I really don't understand. I get this deal, that why Madueke is accepting this deal. He has said this previously as well, that he doesn't like to play on that left hand side and he would not be open to play there as well. So it's literally, it means that he's coming in as a right winger, and you have Bukayo Saka. It's a weird one for me, especially it's more the thing that doesn't make sense. It's more for Madueke. As I said, it's a World Cup year. You want to play consistently, you want to be in the in the spotlight, you want to in the manager's eyes, so that you get picked for the World Cup. If he comes to Arsenal, I don't think he gets game time. I don't think he's gonna get enough game time to make an impact so that he can be selected for the World Cup. So as I said, it's a weird one for me. I have been saying this consistently. This deal does not make sense to me, but it feels like it is gonna happen. It is as it has been said. It has been reported that they have a bid. Also, they have made a bid. So it means they are really serious. The personal terms have been agreed with Madueke for now 2 days now. And unfortunately, as much as I don't want him to come, it means that he is going to come. It feels like they are going to go back and they're going to make a better bid. And I think Chelsea are going to accept. In the recent years, there have been good business between the two clubs, and it feels like this deal is going to go through. Eventually, it may take a week more. And I think then Madueke is going to be an Arsenal player. Of course, when he becomes an Arsenal player, you have to support him. It's part and parcel of the game. But as I said, I just don't get this deal, to be very honest with you. 50 million for Madueke, and that's also been rejected. So it's like going to be a 65 million pound deal for Noni Madueke. I mean, Chelsea are living the dream here, to be very honest with you. They are getting some real money for a player they don't really want. Even their fans are not really happy about him, and he's going to come to Arsenal. I'm not on board with this one. Second big news is terms have been agreed between Tottenham and West Ham for Mohammed Kudus, £55 million. Though our West Ham striker is going to leave the London stadium, and he's going to come and he's going to play his football at Spurs. They are bitter rivals. I mean, that takes balls. That is some really batshit crazy thing to do, that you are going to leave West Ham and then you are going to come in and you are going to join Spurs, and it is a big amount of money. I mean, £50 million for Kudus, and the terms have finally been, the personal terms have been agreed with Kudus for about a week. He has openly said that he wants to play for Spurs. He has told the West Ham bosses as well that he's going to come, that he wants to play Spurs. And it has taken time for Spurs and West Ham to agree on this deal, but it has finally happened. And Kudus has, it is going to get announced. The medical has been booked. West Ham have accepted the 55 million pound bid, and he's going to join Spurs. I mean, it is a good deal for Spurs. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Kudus is a really, really good player. He's going to come in. He's going to help that attack. I mean, last year they brought in Solanke, and this year they are bringing in Kudus. It is going to be interesting, appearing. He can play on that, on the wings as well. He can play as the sole striker as well. So to Spurs, they really need goals. They have a new manager in Thomas Frank, so this is basically his signing. He is bringing him in. So it's going to be a new season at Spurs with a new manager, and he has brought in a good player. The players already who have been at the club, they would be looking at this deal, and some of them would be really worried. But I think it adds to the depth of the squad. It adds to the quality that Spurs already have, and I would not be surprised if you see some players like Kulusevski or leave as well, because at the moment they are the way that they played. I mean, Kulusevski is a great player, but he's injured quite a lot, and Thomas Frank is going to look at his squad, and there are going to be players that he's going to be like, okay, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you. He's going to let some of those players go, and because he needs to bring in his player, and he has spent a good amount of money on Mohammed Kudus, and I personally think it's a great and smart signing. A player who already knows the league, a player who already knows London as well, so it's not going to take him time to adjust to the lifestyle, to the league or anything. It's going to come in and it's going to hit the ground running. I think it's a very, very smart signing. Kudus, he thinks in his opinion, I mean, West Ham and Spurs had almost had the similar sort of a season. Both spent a good amount of money in the summer last year. Both thought they were going to do something, and they had a terrible Premier League season. Spurs ended up winning the Europa League. That's a different thing, but league-wise, both of them were shambolic in the league. But Kudus is thinking that going to Spurs, it's a better opportunity under a new manager, and he thinks that he can do better. He thinks he has a better chance of playing in the competition, in the European competition, the Champions League. Then West Ham, I mean, he's going to be in the Champions League with Spurs. So he sees that opportunity, and that's the advantage that Spurs have after winning that Europa League, that they can attract players for because of this Champions League football. They've gotten that money as well. West Ham, they know they are losing an important player, but a disgruntled player, it's better to let them go, and they are getting a big amount of money so 55 million pounds is not is not a small amount. It will be interesting to see how they spend, because they spent a lot of money last year. Unfortunately, most of them didn't really work out. I thought the signings that they made, it was a really good summer for West Ham. I thought they were going to finish in the top 6. Unfortunately, that backfired massively on me. I mean, I had a horrendous predictions last year because of Spurs, because of United, because of West Ham and Forest. But the summer they had was really, really good. So this year it will be interesting to see how Graham Potter spends them out. Will the owners let him splash the cash as they they did last year, but or whether Graham Potter will be more restricted in bringing in the players that he wants to. It will be an interesting summer at West Ham, and this deal could be it could be the sign that a lot of players might leave, and Graham Potter might start bringing in his player as well. But as I said, big breaking news for two players between four London clubs. Arsenal have bid for Madueke, and Spurs and West Ham have agreed personal terms, and they have agreed the price for Mohammed Kudus. That is from me in this video. Let me know what you guys think about both the deals. Do you think Madueke is a good fit for Arsenal, or do you think Chelsea are ripping them apart? And what about the Kudus deal? Are you happy as a Spurs fan that he's coming to your club? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of July. It's looking like a hard task, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.